The first time I ever became aware of Jimi Hendrix was when I saw him on television. I think I may have heard this on radio, and I heard this record, Hey Joe. I didn't realise that he hadn't actually written it anyway. Found that out later on, but I was intrigued by this record. I was intrigued by the man's sound, and I had to find out more and more about Hendrix and read up what I could in pop papers and so on. And I got a bit of an obsession about Jimi Hendrix. And over a period of time, I bought records. I bought double LP for my 14th birthday. My mother bought me a copy of the original Electric Ladyland double LP, with the naughty cover on, as some people term it, and that was from W.H. Smith's in centre of Birmingham, the very old original W.H. Smith's, where you had to go down the stairs to it. It was like in a basement. Anyway, I started getting interested in various LPs and whatnot, and it went on for quite a time. Unfortunately, before he died, or no, it was after he died, I think it was a 3-track EP released of Voodoo Child with a picture on the cover, and I don't think it was a colour photograph or anything like that. So this picture on the cover, and I can't remember what the other 2 tracks were, but I discovered it was going to be released on this particular day, and I couldn't get to a record shop at that time. So my mother went down, and she queued up in this line of people, and I think they thought she was a bit odd because she wanted Jimi Hendrix record. But there you go. I think she'd already bought me Electric Ladyland anyway, so they probably thought she was odd in that respect. Anyhow, over time I bought some bootlegs of Hendrix. They used to have the name of the LP written in biro on the front, and I bought them from Virgin Records in Birmingham, their first shop, which was down by the law courts. I had several of those, and then of course, as I've told this tale before, I was emigrating to America, so I entrusted somebody who I regarded as a good friend to send my LPs out to me, and I gave him the money for the shipping, etc., because I wasn't intent on coming back. And unfortunately, I never got the LPs, I never got the money, and I never saw him ever again. So I lost a lot of great material there. Over the years, I've reacquired some of those LPs on vinyl. God, it sticks in my craw saying that word. And also on CDs. Various concerts, some mislabeled concerts that you think, oh, such and such, turned out not to be so. Anyway, this was something that has been up for sale for a bit on Amazon, but I thought, it's too dear, that, I don't want to pay that. And it came out as a good price. It's called Songs for Groovy Children, the Fillmore East concerts. You can see there the sort of replicas, the tickets from the shows. It's quite a sturdy box, this. I'll just put this down. We'll come back to this in a moment. What's it say? There's a sticker that was on the front of it which said Songs for Groovy Children 5 CD set. It was quite expensive originally, but I got this at a really decent deal on Amazon. 4 historic Band of Gypsy Fillmore East concerts, December the 31st, 1969 to January the 1st, 1970. 43 incendiary performances in their original sequence. 40-page booklet filled with rare photos and essays. and it's put out by the Authorised Hendrix Family Edition, and this was on the back of the box set. I always like to keep these safe, and it tells you what was played on the various nights. Disc 1, December the 31st, 69, first set. Disc 2, December the 31st, 69, second set. 3, January the 1st, 1970, first set. Disc 4, second set, and Disc 5, January the 5th, 1970, second set, which is Voodoo Child, Slight Return, We Gotta Live Together, The Wild Thing, Hey Joe, and Purple Haze. There were lots of other. I used to like that Burning the Midnight Lamp, and a relative of mine did some backing vocals. I think it was on the first LP of Hendrix. I think it was the first one anyway. It wasn't Axis Boulder's Love, but it says produced by Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Kramer and John McDermott for Experience Hendrix LLC, and this says 2019 Hendrix Experience when it was released anyway. This, so there's a picture there. Right, let's have a look inside. You take the top off with this, and I like these sturdy boxes. But I prefer bigger boxes, but you know, I'll put up with that. Let's just take this out, and inside there's quite a decent book in this. I won't say it's a booklet because there's quite a few pages. Photographs I've never seen before. Very, very nice, and the sound is good, better than, see his gear's been set up there, better than some of the albums that I had, because now technology's moved along a lot, hasn't it? It says, for more information about Jimi Hendrix, please visit us at jimihendrix.com, presumably to tell you about other titles. There's lots of writing in there, and it's all very clear to read. It says that Jimi Hendrix was funny and free-spirited and a good person. We were almost brothers. If he needed a favour, I'd gladly do it for him, and vice versa. We shared that friendship, and that's Billy Cox that says that. Now, the CDs, that's the first one. Replica ticket on the back. Disc 2. Same thing again. It's not worth showing you the backs really. Disc 3. It's quite sort of psychedelic, isn't it? Do you remember those Amoeba light shows back in the 60s? I used to be intrigued with them. I used to go to a disco in Birmingham, and there was a chap there, I think he was called Fred Smith, and the DJ was Mark Williamson, who helped found the Birmingham Arts Laboratory, and they did that. They did, you know, Amoeba light shows, 4. And there we are, the 5th one. Now, I was talking with a friend online last week about, we were talking about legends, and his point was, oh, well, there's not the legends around today like they used to be. And we both came to the agreement that part of it, in part, is you've got the likes of the Beatles, and they went over to Hamburg and they they played and played and played, you know, so many gigs at the Kaiser Keller and somewhere else, whose name escapes me. So they got really good playing live really quickly. I can't get the box top back on now. So that was one thing. And then, of course, you had people like Hendrix, who played on the Chitlin circuit, and he backed, let me see, Little Richard. Just trying to remember the other people that he backed, but a lot of people anyway that he played. He backed. I think didn't he even play for Ike Turner at one time? But doing lots and lots and lots of shows helped him and the Beatles in their own way hone their craft. Nowadays the venues are disappearing for up and coming artists. There just doesn't seem to be the places to play because it's so expensive getting in, and you know, unfortunately, I think a lot of new bands are missing out on that experience. So maybe that's why we've not quite got the legends there. Having said that, though, Hendrix, I think, was a bit of a one-off anyway. And it's amazing now that so much more material is coming forth. We weren't even aware of. He must have recorded a vast amount. I believe there's a box set out at the moment of Electric Ladyland recordings at the studio of Hendrix. I've not come across that, so I can't evaluate that in any way. But still, this box set, I really think is worth having if you can get a decent price. Songs for Groovy Children. I can almost hear him saying that. I know that in Birmingham he played at a place called the Belfry, which was a golf club, and I would love to have gone to that, and somebody'd say, "Oh, take you to that," and I think the tickets for it was something like about 12 and sixpence, and I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? You think like that to see Jimi Hendrix. Anyway, needless to say, I didn't get to go, so that's an experience, another experience that I missed out on. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please leave a like, and if you're not one of our lovely subscribers, please join us now, and then you won't miss any of these things that I keep showing you: books, DVDs, CDs, box sets, and so on and so forth. Okay, have a good day. Bye for now.